So, Banyas, you and your brother are going to be participating in the Bike to Belong challenge later this year through it's a fundraising and an awareness raising activity of You Belong, supporting the work of supporting refugees, I guess. Now, I hear that you and your brother, throughout that process, will actually be working with some Australian Olympians. They'll be helping you and coaching you and guiding you as you seek to cycle 80 kilometres through the course of one whole week. How are you feeling about that?
I feel excited because it's my first time and I'm confident of myself I will do it because if we are confident, everything is easier.
You're listening to Who Is My Neighbour, a podcast by You Belong Australia. Each episode, you'll join with Sorgal and Warren to meet some of Australia's newest neighbours. You'll hear their stories, listen to their hopes and dreams, and discover the incredible courage and inspiration they bring to our communities and richly diverse Australian culture. You'll also learn from some more established Aussies too, and the joy they've found living and working alongside our refugee and migrant background neighbours.
Hello again, great to have you with us for the Who Is My Neighbour podcast.
So in today's episode, we're talking to Banyas, who is a former refugee from Iraq. Banyas arrived in Australia 2 years ago. She's already at high school. Having learned English, she's trying to help her community and get involved in with some organizations who provide help to the refugees and former refugees.
Hope you enjoyed this. We'll be back to talk about our reflections on that after the interview.
Banyas, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's nice to have you with us. Banyas, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Banyas from Iraq. I'm 19 years old. I study high school.
So you're from Iraq. When did you come to Australia?
I came here 25 of March 2019.
Okay.
So how was it like when you first arrived?
It was a little bit hard because of language, and it was strange people and language, new people, new country, new language.
Yeah.
It was hard.
In what way was it hard? Was it hard to only in terms of communication, like the language, or?
Yeah, just for language it was hard, but for living it is wonderful because it's better than our country. It's safer country.
Mm-hmm. So how did you overcome those difficulties in terms of language? Did you start learning language in the...
Yeah, I learned language from the beginning at school, level 0.
Okay.
So you started at the very beginning.
Yeah, level 0. And right now I'm in mainstream.
So
I finished level 6 levels.
Congratulations, that's fabulous.
That's awesome. So when you came to Australia, you had no English at all. But back in Iraq, did you go to school at all?
Yeah, I went to school for 10 years. But I didn't learn English because they didn't teach us as we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just Arabic and Kurdish.
Okay.
That's why we didn't learn anything there.
So when you started school, was it easy to start a brand new language and not only English? You were learning. You were doing some subjects at school, right?
Yeah, you mean?
Or did you just move to mainstream classes?
No. I told you I started from the beginning, level by level.
Yeah.
I finished 6 levels.
Yeah.
In last level, last term, we did science and maths. Yes, it was very difficult because it was last level.
Yeah. Studying, it's hard enough to study science and maths without doing it in a different language.
Yeah.
So, Banyas, tell us, who did you come with?
I came here with my family. Yeah.
How are they doing? Are they doing well? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. So, Banyas, you're now at school, right? You said you're year 10?
11.
11, sorry.
Yeah.
After you finish, you just said that it's 1 year till you finish high school, and then you're gonna move to uni.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm thinking to do IT technology. Yeah, because I'm a little bit good in technology.
You love technology.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, besides school and family and the new life here, what else do you do?
Yeah, nothing. Just study.
Just study.
With
Yeah.
your language, with your English improving a little bit, do you get to help your family and your community?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. I heard that we were talking before that you did some volunteer work
Yeah.
up here. Can you tell us what kind of work you do with the You Belong group? What do you do?
Yeah. Sometimes we did classes,
Okay.
and sometimes we went to families.
Okay. So at the classes, do you help with it? What do you do? The teaching?
Translation.
Oh, the translation. Okay.
So now you've been here for 2 years, and you obviously have been spending most of your time trying to learn English. Now, as you have a good level of English and you are able to help your community, how does that feel like?
It is, of course, it's good.
Yeah.
I want to learn more. I want to help more. I want to help my community more. Yeah.
I think
I
that's
still can't help them because still my English is very bad.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
so.
It's awesome.
Thank you.
Your English is better than any languages that I can speak from Iraq. Can I ask though? So you're at school, and that's a lot of study, right? In grade 11 to do mainstream and normal school load, and you're doing all of this volunteer work. You must be very busy.
Yeah, actually, I am. I am very busy. I'm still a student, and I'm very busy. I don't want to be a staff. Yeah, I will be more busy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
That's terrific. Do you find living here, do you get much time to meet with other Australian neighbours or your classmates? Do you get to spend time with them?
I don't have a relationship with school friends. I mean, school students. I don't know. Their behavior is different of others. But our neighbors, they are wonderful. Yeah, they helped us to learn.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
So I wonder, because I don't speak Kurdish Kamanji, I don't speak Arabic. I'm just thinking, if I want to become friends with your family, what can I do?
Yeah, actually, they will be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you will teach them English, they will teach you Kurdish.
Oh, there we go.
Just a comment on what Warren said. I think some people find it difficult to make friendships from people from different backgrounds. Like, let's, for example, say some people might find it difficult because they don't know how is it like to be a friend with, let's say, your family. So if Warren wants to become a friend with your family, what is it like, or what is the best way to do this?
First thing, we will invite him in a lunch or dinner or something like.
Oh, it's sounding
Then they will
very
make
good.
friendship. Yeah, my family. I mean, my dad. He like to make friends with Australian, but his speaking is very low.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, Banyas, with making friends with different people, not only Australian people, obviously, people from other different backgrounds, what do you think is the benefit, or what does it add to you if you make friends from different backgrounds?
Yeah, for me it's normal. It's normal friendship with all. It's normal, no problem.
Does it help you with understanding people a little
Yeah,
bit more?
of course, of course.
Awesome.
Yeah, maybe they will advise me new advice.
Yeah.
Important things they will teach me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, fantastic. So if I come to visit your house to eat your delicious food, should I bring something or what's
No, thank you. Your coming is enough. For
I'm working
us.
out an invitation. All right. Sometimes people who don't understand another culture, I think maybe there's some special rules or things I should do or things I shouldn't do, and so because they worry about the rules with a different culture, they just say, I just won't go. So it's okay to just come?
Yeah, of course. You can come 14th of this month it's our New Year.
Oh,
Yeah.
the 14th.
Yeah.
Isn't it? See, I learn something new
Come
every
and
day.
celebrate with us.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
The 14th of this month, it's the Red Wednesday, and maybe Banyas can tell us a little bit about what we do
Yeah.
in Red Wednesday.
Yeah. In this date. No, it's not in this date. I mean, in this second Wednesday of April,
Second
we
Wednesday.
color the eggs. Yeah. We color the eggs.
Okay.
Similar to Easter, yeah?
Yeah, we color
it's,
eggs
it's
for
close
Easter.
of
Yeah.
Easter.
Yeah.
And we call New Year, Yazidi
right.
New Year.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you color the eggs with paint.
Yeah, with paint.
Okay.
Yeah. So Warren, this is called Charshamasor in Kurdish.
Yeah.
Charshamasor.
Charshamasor, and it literally means the Red Wednesday.
The third
Yeah.
one's okay.
Yeah.
Terrific. So is that a family celebration or is it the whole
No, it's
community
probably,
get together?
for all Yazidis, not just families.
Okay.
Yeah, all Yazidi, they celebrate it. But maybe they will make a party if there are no hands.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I think, Sorgul, the Australians love parties
They do.
and holidays.
Yep.
And maybe we can have one more public holiday for this one.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And Warren, 2 years ago, I guess we had a celebration where so many Australian people joined us, and it was awesome to have all these people joining the celebration. Yeah,
Sounds fantastic.
it would be great to do it again.
It sounds fantastic. Have you found, thinking about having these big celebrations, it's been a little bit difficult in recent months with COVID and things like that. Has that changed the way that you have your celebrations?
Yeah, we will celebrate. Actually, this year we will celebrate in our house because
Okay.
there are no house party. And yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing, isn't it, Sorgul? That it's hard enough to come to a different country, but then there's with a major pandemic on top of it. Well done, really good work.
Yeah.
So you told us before that you're thinking after high school to do a degree, maybe at university in IT. What other dreams do you have for the future?
I don't know.
No.
You're just waiting.
I don't know what will happen tomorrow. That's why I don't have any plan for
Yeah.
future.
Yeah.
But then, yes, I see that so many young people of the community are so keen to do to do further study. What do you think that would help your community? Would it be great, like, to see so many people studying and helping the community? in
Yeah,
the
of course,
future?
they will support each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Well, I think that I just am amazed that you've managed to pass all those levels of English and get into mainstream. So I'm sure that you'll have a very successful time in your future studies. And so we wish you all the best. So Banyas, you and your brother are going to be participating in the Bike to Belong challenge later this year through it's a fundraising and an awareness raising activity of You Belong, supporting the work of supporting refugees, I guess. Now, I hear that you and your brother throughout that process will actually be working with some Australian Olympians. They'll be helping you and coaching you and guiding you as you seek to cycle 80 kilometres through the course of one whole week. How are you feeling about that?
I feel excited because it's my first time and I'm confident of myself. I will do it because if we are confident, everything is easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, is that now doing, because this is obviously a refugee week, World Refugee Week, and it's about raising awareness about refugees. Does that mean something to you? What does it mean to you?
After this all pain we saw in our country, yeah, and we are still trying to doing good things.
Now, yeah, you being involved, and of course your brother. Do you think that would encourage other people from other communities and your community to get involved? And
Yeah,
try?
it will.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's brilliant. Have you said this is your first time. Have you ridden, like, do you know how to ride a bike? Have you ridden a bike before?
Yeah, I know.
You know
but-
how to?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, but I didn't. Joined like this.
This kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
80 kilometres is a big
Yeah.
challenge.
It's just 2 meters.
Okay. So we can follow you and your brother through the You Belong webpage or through the Facebook page and keep following and people can support you as well. They can actually sponsor you, is that right, on the page as well? Fantastic. And you'll have those fantastic athletes, sportsmen and women helping you along the way to get to the end.
Yeah.
So if you were to say something to the young people to join you and get involved in this, what would you tell them?
I just want to tell them, come and join us and do great things. Join your life.
And obviously, because even if it's their first time, they're gonna be trained and coached to do that. So it shouldn't be very difficult or challenging, and they're gonna be helped out to do that, right?
Of course, a little bit it will be difficult, but it's useful, healthy. It's exercise for us.
And obviously, it's more to do with empowering refugees and former refugees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good on you for taking on this challenge and good luck with it.
Thank you.
All the
Thank
best
you.
for you, Banyas, and thank you so much. We really enjoyed having a chat with you.
Yeah.
All the best again.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
you.
Welcome back. Well, Saul, that was a fascinating conversation,
was.
hearing all those amazing things that Bunyas is up to.
Well, the more I hear about those young former refugees, the more I get inspired about how far they've come to try and have a better life, how hardworking they are. And Banyas is obviously one of many of them who is trying her best to learn English, and she has moved to mainstream classes, which is an achievement for
It's absolutely amazing.
an English speaker, right?
Yeah, that's right. So what happens in schools is when a migrant or a refugee with no English background comes into the school, they go into an English language program, and then when they pass all 6 levels of English language, then they can go into mainstream. So you don't just walk straight into it. And she's done it so quickly.
Indeed, I've worked at the beginning when I arrived, I worked as a teacher aide at one of the state high school, and I know how difficult it is to reach that stage and be in the same class with other students. So, well done her.
Exactly right. And the amazing thing is, so sometimes you think, okay, well, she just puts her head down and studies in the books all the time. And yet she's involved in all these other community engagement activities. She's helping out with language classes. She's actually doing interpreting when people like me who can't speak Kurdish or Arabic go to visit some of the families. She's translating for the Australians so that they can meet and make friends.
Which is awesome. I think many of those, and Banya specifically, I think the case is thinking more of not about herself, but also about the community and how helpful she can be for her community, starting from her family and going to the wider community of hers.
And what about the 80-kilometre bike ride?
Wow, that is awesome.
So are you going to do this one as well, Sorgul?
I have never ridden a bike in my life, Warren, and I'm gonna try it. It's all worth it for the refugees. And being myself from refugee background, I know how important it is to raise awareness about refugees, because so many people in the world still don't know what refugee is and what make a person refugee.
Yeah, well, there's someone else we can follow.
Yep.
Follow Sorgul on Facebook or on the webpage, and don't forget to sponsor her.
What about you, Warren?
Yeah, well, I am also going to participate. I have ridden a bike before, but it's been many years.
Wow.
So I don't even own a bike. One of my good friends has offered to lend me a mountain bike because I live out of town, so country roads, and it's a little bit rougher, so he decided that the mountain bike was the bike for me, especially if I haven't ridden a bike for a long time. So, and he also offered to give me some lessons in how to ride it. So,
but I guess it's people like me, you and Banyas, who's gonna try to inspire other people to try and do this, especially for people who have never done it in their life. Like, hey, I'm here. If I'm doing it, if I can do it, you can do it.
You can do it too. And that's a good and that's a message, I guess, that Banyas was trying to communicate throughout the conversation we had with her, was you just try it, and, you don't give up.
Yep.
Just believe in yourself, have confidence, and keep trying. Isn't that encouraging from such a young person who's been through so much already, and really positive attitude?
This one, having those people who are going to train and coach, everybody's going to be involved in this initiate it.
Yeah, the initiative, absolutely.
It's going to be great, even for people who haven't tried it before.
Yeah, I wonder what the training will be like with a couple of Olympic athletes. I mean, it could be a pretty hard training schedule.
It could be, but again,
Just
we're
watch
beginners.
us. Just keep track on what's happening on the webpage and see if we all survive.
I think we're gonna all survive, and we'll do great. It's not about how we're gonna do it; it's about why we're doing it.
That's
obviously.
exactly.
And that's the message we want to try and deliver. And that's, I guess, what Banyas, her brother Hakar, who is also involved in this, trying to do.
Trying to do good, yes.
Yeah.
And never giving up, right? Even in those really difficult circumstances, it's like, what next can I do?
Yeah.
So I'll go to school and I'll try level 0 of the English, and then I'll do level 1 and level 2, and now I'll go to mainstream, and then I'll plan for university. It's always looking forward, right? Looking for what's going to happen next. I'll help out with this bike ride. I'll help out with the English classes.
And I always say that if a young person does something, that young person inspires the people around them, and that's obviously what's gonna inspire all the community to move forward and try to forget about what happened in the past, because what is past is just past.
It's past.
It's not gonna add anything to their lives.
Yeah. Well, we hope you enjoyed this conversation as well, and we look forward to seeing you next time on Who is My Neighbour?
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Who is My Neighbour? To learn more about the work of You Belong Australia, just head to youbelong.org.au and find out all the ways you can get involved and empower refugees to integrate and thrive. Lastly, would you help support this podcast simply by sharing it with others? You can also write a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, or subscribe to us on YouTube. Yes, we are a video podcast as well. Well, thanks again for listening. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Who is My Neighbour?